Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Putri, student of English Literature at the State of University Surabaya, Campus 5. Today, I would like to share about one important issue that often goes unnoticed, the way lecturers and students communicate. When we think about the problem in higher education, we usually imagine the big ones, outdated facilities, expensive tuition fees, or the lack of job opportunities for graduates. But let me take you to a smaller, quicker problem, one that often hides in plain sight the way lecturers and students communicate. At first glance, it looks like a tiny issue, just a text message, just a sentence, just a choice of word. But as we look closer, we realize that this tiny issue has the power to create misunderstandings, conflict, and even disrupt the process of learning itself. Let me give you a simple example. Imagine a student send this message to their lecturer. Pak, besok kelas. For the student, especially from Gen Z, this is totally normal. Short, efficient, straight to the point. But for the lecturer, often from the millennial generation, this felt too casual, too cold, even disrespectful. No greeting, no introduction, no context. The lecturer may feel offended, while the student wonders, why is my lecturer so easily upset? This is where the problem begins. Not with curriculum, not with facilities, but with a breach of the work that fails to connect both sides. This is not a made up scenario. It has happened several times in several universities in Indonesia. In 2018 at Universitas Gadjah Mada, the Faculty of Engineering put up a banner that gave step-by-step instruction on how to text a lecture properly. It said things like start with a greeting, introduce yourself, state your purpose clearly, and avoid slang abbreviation. Can you imagine? One of the top universities in our country had to remind students to simply write politely. This showed the gap was already being noticed years ago. Then, in 2024, Universitas Indonesia made headlines. According to Kumparan, we officially released a quit line called 7 Etika Menghubungi Dosen via HP. It includes rules such as greet first, introduce yourself clearly, avoid calling or texting at night, and always use formal language. And a study at University Islam Negeri Sumatera Utara, (UINSU), found that many students still send texts like, Pak, kapan kelas? Or, Bu, nilai saya udah keluar belum? Without greeting or context. The research conclude that this pattern weaken respect between student and lecturer, and in the long run, reduce the effectiveness of academic interaction. From Yogyakarta to Jakarta to Medan, the pattern is the same. This is not a local case. This is a national challenge. Now, the key question is, why does this matter for sustainable development goal number 4? Quality education, because education is not only about knowledge transfer. It is also about relationship between teachers and learners, between generation, between tradition and the future, and the relationship are built or broke through communication. If communication is unclear, respect is lost, instructions are misunderstood, and learning becomes less effective. A confused the student is not a quality education outcome. A first start lecturer is not quality education process. Think about this. How can we talk about inclusive, effective, high-quality education, the very promise of SDG 4, if lecturer and student can't even send messages to each other without tension? We must also recognize the roots of this issue. The generation gap lecturers of a millennial order were raised in an era where respect, was shown through formal greetings, long introduction, and carefully chosen words. Students, mostly Gen Z, grow up in a fast digital culture where communication is short, instant, and efficient. For them, Pak, besok kelas is not disrespectful. It is simply how they talk. Both sides are right in their own context. But when these contexts collide, friction happens. And this friction, if left unchecked, erodes the quality of education. So, what we can do? First, students need to learn that efficiency does not have to mean roughness. Adding just a few words can make a world of difference. Good morning, sir. I am Andy from Class A. May I ask if we have class tomorrow? It takes only 10 extra seconds to type, but it's with respect and clarity. Second, lecturers need to adapt as well. They should not expect every message to look like a formal letter. Instead, they can accept short but polite formats and give feedback kindly when students fall short. Third, universities must internationalize this learning. Orientation programs should not only teach about the campus map or the library system, but also about digital etiquette. UGM dan UI have already taken steps in this direction, but it should become a standard practice across the nation. And fourth, we need ongoing dialogue. Communication is a two-way street. Ladies and gentlemen, this issue teaches us a bigger lesson. In education, small things can turn into big problems if ignored. A short text message might look trivial, but in reality, it can shake the foundation of trust between generations. Quality education is not only measured by grades, research, or ranking. It is measured by whether lecturers and students can work together with mutual respect. And the respect is built every single day through the word we choose and the way we connect. So let us not underestimate the power of communication. If we can bridge this gap, if we can combine the respect of the older generation with the efficiency of the younger one, then we are not just solving a taxing problem. We are strengthening the very heart of education itself. Ladies and gentlemen, the banner in UGM, the quote lines in UI, and the research in UINSU all point to the same reality. The communication gap between lecturers and students is real, and it matters. But the good news is it is also solvable by choosing our word wisely, by listening as much as we speak, and by building bridge instead of walls. We can ensure that education in Indonesia is not only modern but also respectful, inclusive, and truly high quality. And that is exactly what SDG 4 calls us to achieve. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.